Ich freue mich sehr, dass Sie heute hier auf meiner Interview-Couch sitzen bei egoFM und um meine Gäste vorzustellen, werde ich einfach einen YouTube-Kommentar rezitieren. I'm just going to recite a YouTube comment that I read on the internet. It said, Royal plays guitar like a maniac and Otis's voice is sent from God. Royal Otis are here. Hi guys, thank you so much for coming.
Hello.
How you doing? Thank you for having us.
The sofa kings are on my couch. I'm really honored.
Couch is pretty comfy, actually.
It's a comfy couch.
Try not to fall asleep
Nice,
before.
nice, very good. Do you generally read any of the stuff that's written about you online, or has it just been really overwhelming with all the hype?
Oh, not really. Sometimes like stuff like pops up and you see like some things here and there, but I don't know, try not to. Yeah.
Yeah, I try not to read them. They terrify me.
They terrify you.
Yeah,
but
people can be mean, you know.
But mostly it's like lovely comments.
I don't know.
It changes, yeah. But I think whether they're lovely or bad comments, I feel like it's just
It's a risky
risky,
thing.
but kind of risky. But I don't know. Sometimes, but most people are pretty lovely, yeah.
So how do you feel being in Germany? You're currently on tour here and it's very far from home. You're originally from Australia. How does it feel to be on the other side of the world?
Feels amazing. We feel so grateful to be able to do it, but we're tired right now, you know. We've been away from Australia since like February or March, I think.
Yeah, like early March.
Yeah. So we're it feels normal now, but I love Germany. German crowds are incredible. Like they're really energetic and like so supportive.
That's cool.
Yeah. Actually, like, some of the best crowds are in Germany.
Nice,
Which is
nice.
cool.
We're going to talk about the tour. We have played your music on egoFM for a while now, but I think most people got to know you through a cover song, which is Murder on the Dance Floor by Sophie Ellis-Bextor. You covered that one for Triple J Like a Version, I think, at the beginning of the year after watching the film Saltburn. So I don't think I have to mention that this video went viral. You have like millions of views on YouTube. Also, the song is on streaming services and it's so good. I love the cover. I love the original too, but I love the cover. And I was thinking, how did you like notice a difference of like people viewing you as a band or perceiving your music through that cover?
I don't like. I guess the word like it's just like, yeah, well, it's viral. Like I don't know, but like it was just I guess people were just I don't know. It was suddenly was just like getting reshared a lot and like I was just seeing it like I was flicking through my feed and stuff and just was seeing that people were enjoying it and yeah resharing it, but
We didn't expect it.
Didn't expect it at all.
This might come up as a like weird question for anyone who hasn't watched the movie, but did you ever do a naked dance to the song?
I definitely have heaps of times. It's like one of my shower tracks, you know.
Is
Not
it?
ours, like Sophie Ellis-Bextor's.
Just dancing naked.
You know, but yeah, and we're also like so grateful for it. We didn't not at all expect it to have, you know, that sort of moment that it did. We just sort of thought it'd be fun to do. It was suggested by Maddie actually, who's in here
In the
over
crowd.
there, and she suggested it like months before like Saltburn came out. We were talking about Kylie
Oh, really?
Minogue
So that was a
songs and
lucky
stuff.
coincidence.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then yeah, but we're grateful that like it drew people to our original songs.
Yes, because it also sounds like Royal Otis, of course, your version. And when listening to your music, I mean, with songs like Oysters in My Pocket or Heading for the Door, I get really strong, like, nullties, tense, indie vibes. Are you deliberately bringing back the sound, or is it just like the bands that you've listened to when you were younger?
Well, not really deliberately. Yeah, it's probably maybe subconsciously, but there are definitely bands that like the 2010 indie era like that I listen to and like a lot. But we never really go like let's make a song like this or let's do that. I think it just kind of happens naturally.
Happens.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's kind of organic because of it was the music that made us want to start playing music, and sort of that's like grew into our inspirations, I guess, accidentally. But yeah, it's nostalgic and just really lovely for us. So like, why not? You know.
So bands like Metronomy, MGMT, the drums pop up when people mention your music or like compare it to this era. But also you've said that you admire bands like The Cure, and you would love to sound like The Cure, but you actually don't. Yeah. And I was thinking, isn't that like the point of having your own sound as a band?
Exactly, yeah. It would kind of suck if we were, I feel like if we were good enough, we could probably sound like The Cure. But,
but isn't it better to sound like Royel Otis?
Yeah, I mean, it's better to, you know, if someone's great at something, don't try to match it because they've already got it covered, you know. But if you try to match it and it comes out as your own sound, beautiful accident.
Yeah, okay. Talking about your debut album, Prats and Pain, I also have a feeling that you don't take yourselves too seriously when making music, in the sense of that there are always playful elements in the songs. I'm thinking about, a song like Clawfoot. Who came up with that part? I think that's very like playful and funny in a way.
Just the no lyrics, yeah.
It's a guitar part that...
Yeah, but it sounds like almost like a whistle or something. But I think it's really fun.
I think we wanted to whistle it, but we couldn't. Oh,
oh, was that your neck?
Yeah.
Ouch. That didn't sound so healthy.
You must get out of here.
I'm not healthy at the moment.
Yeah, sometimes sometimes we just sit down and we kind of try to get playful with the songwriting process and stuff, because sometimes it gets boring to just take everything too seriously.
I think it's like if you're having fun in the studio with it, it like translates once it's recorded and stuff. If you're having fun, then hopefully it like that energy comes through for the listeners. You know?
Yeah,
I think there's like a fine line with it. Like you can just like kind of like sometimes take it seriously, sometimes not take it too seriously, and just like fluctuate between the two. Which You've
also shared a few fun facts about the album, that there's a dog singing on one of the songs, and also an 11-year-old playing drums. Explain, please.
Archie Carey, Dan Carey's nephew. He played on Big C and Velvet.
Dan Carey, the producer.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. And those two tracks we recorded live, so we were just jamming in the room, and it was pretty fun. And then Dan's dog Poppy was on one of the songs, but the song didn't actually make it on the album.
Oh, so we might never hear it?
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe, don't know. Yeah, it might.
Never say never.
But, yeah.
You mentioned Dan Carey, the producer you made the album with, and he's worked with other bands before, like Fontaine's DC, The Kills, I think, but also Kylie Minogue way back. Was that one of the reasons you said, wow, let's do it with Dan?
Fuck yeah.
So Kylie was the reason?
I mean, like Fontaine's, Wet Leg.
Yeah.
And Kylie, like, I mean, I'm a massive Kylie fan. Personally, I mean, we both are pretty.
She's an icon.
She's an icon. She's a legend, and she's a very fun person. But I think it was just because we got along so well with him when we met up with him, and we had the same sort of views as to what we want to create musically, and just have fun. And he's just like a really scary guy who's so hot, like so much warmth at the same time. Like he's a beautiful person and a really close friend now. So it was perfect to work with him, I think.
Okay.
And Chris Collins as well, who also he produced a couple of tracks on the album as well.
Yeah, and James Ford was on there as well. On one of them, Molly.
Many names. Okay, cool. So right now you're bringing the songs of Frets and Pain onto the stage. I mentioned you're currently touring Europe and the UK. The whole tour is sold out. Congrats on that, first of all.
Thank you.
Do you or don't you regret swapping Australian summer with European winter at this time?
We'll be back for Australian summer.
Yeah.
You will be?
Just before Christmas.
Okay, so after the tour.
The peak of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It sometimes can be too hot, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
No regrets.
Right. So with all of the hype, I imagine you still might get nervous before a concert. It doesn't really protect you from stage fright, right? Do you still get nervous before shows, or are you chill?
No, it's not really chill. Yeah, I think it's like nerves and adrenaline are one of those things you can't really avoid sometimes. So it just like happens, and it's funny. Like the adrenaline rush is just like you get it, and then you come on stage and you go like you come down, and then the next day you're kind of tired from it, and then you go to play the show and you just pick back up again. It's like
So it's a roller coaster.
It's a roller.
But do you have a ritual like right before going on stage, something you say or do that
I'm
makes you feel
nervous
better?
right now. Like everything is kind of nerve-wracking at the moment. Before we play, we try to like play games, like trying to just throw like a bottle cap into a bin or something like that from a distance.
So drinking games, but without drinking, or sometimes
A little bit of both.
Okay.
yeah.
Perfect amount of both.
Right.
And then play tunes.
And you also skate a lot, I think. You took your skateboards on tour, didn't you?
A little bit, yeah. Like just actually mostly on this run, the European run, but Jammer over there, he skates and yeah.
Look at
Cool.
him.
Yeah, it's a good way to get out and about and see the cities and stuff.
Yeah. Also, I've read on a past show that someone, like very weird stuff happens at live shows sometimes, but someone gave you shots of beer from oyster shells as a nod to oysters in my pocket, obviously. On a scale of 1 to 10, how disgusting was that?
Fuck. I think I remember we got given. Yeah, that was in
Denton? Was it Denton?
I think it could have been Denton or somewhere. Yeah, and they threw these oysters up. Did we do a shot out of it? I think we did.
Yeah, it was disgusting. It was disgusting.
It was like the
sounds
oyster
really
shell
bad.
got like shucked early that day, so just like it still had like oyster juice in it. It was just like super stinky.
Okay.
You know, it was a really hot day as well.
Yeah.
And I think
I'm gonna get like massively ill, but
I think if it wasn't for the adrenaline, I would have thrown up instantly from it. It was
Wow. Okay, so this
disgusting.
shouldn't become a band tradition.
No.
Well, let's see what the German crowds come up with as you're currently on tour. The last question, obviously, we're eager to hear new music and more of Royal Otis very soon. Have you already got plans for the next album? Because your first album took you from Australia to South London. Are you gonna come back to South London or gonna go someplace else entirely?
I think we'll go. Hard to say at this point, but maybe change it up. Maybe we'll go to Kokomo.
Yeah,
Kokomo, like in your song. Nice.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I think we've been on tour since that album was released, so it's hard to say. But we've been working on songs. We're constantly working on songs because we're paranoid and we feel a lot of pressure. But it's like, I think we'll be doing it somewhere. Maybe not Australia.
Yeah. Probably not Australia. Maybe not South London, but
Anywhere could be good.
Maybe
Kokomo.
Germany.
It's just Kokomo.
Yeah,
Germany.
Yeah.
Munich could be cool.
Or Berlin.
Or Berlin.
Cool.
We've recorded a song in Berlin, actually.
Nice. Okay. So I hope you have a great rest of the tour, and thank you so much for being here today. Royal Otis on my couch at egoFM. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, and thank you, Couch.
Thank you. Thank you, Couch.